I've heard from several people that you're doing my videos and enjoying them, and I can't thank you enough. I also want to say that there are several new people who are not my yoga students, and it's very important that you understand that you listen to your body and you only do what is available to you. And what that means is, as you're doing the yoga poses, if you're feeling pain in any of your joints, if you're feeling pain in your lower back, stop the pose or just adjust your arms, adjust your legs, adjust your positioning so that it's comfortable for you. Because the last thing anybody wants is, to be trying to get healthy and trying to get better as we're stuck inside and then end up hurting yourself. So please, please, please be careful. So today, we're going to do what's called Sun Salutations. And this is like a fundamental part of yoga. You'll recognize a lot of the poses that we do today, but some people have a really difficult time doing these poses. And especially if you are new to yoga, especially if you just really aren't familiar with the poses themselves. So we're going to do it in two different ways. First, we're going to do it with a chair, and I always recommend that everyone begin with a chair, because even if you have a regular yoga practice, it's nice sometimes just to kind of pull back and focus on the positioning and focus on some of the fundamentals again. And then the second series that we're going to do, or sequences that we're going to do, will be on the mat. And you can then decide. You can use the chair the whole time, or you can start off with the chair and then come to the mat if you're comfortable with that. So on that note, let's go ahead and begin. And I'm just going to start for a few minutes focusing on some just posture alignment and your breathing. So go ahead and stand with your feet hip width apart. If you're comfortable, you can bring your legs together, but it's actually really nice to just give yourself that width. All right, you can close your eyes, or you can leave your eyes open and just kind of stare at the ground just in front of you. And as you do this, you want to press your feet into the ground as if you're pushing away from the earth. What this does is it kind of activates your thighs, gives you a little bit of strength and stability. The next thing, sometimes we stand like this. So what you want to do is think about taking your bottom and pushing the tailbone down at the same time that you pull up with your belly button. So you're kind of taking your belly button and trying to pull it up towards your chest at the same time that you're pushing your tailbone down. And that will then, you can see, you just naturally go into your correct positioning. The next thing that we tend to do is we'll sometimes be standing like this with your shoulders dropping forward and your head dropping forward. So let's think about not only pulling the belly button up, but then pulling the chest up, relaxing the shoulders, but drawing the shoulders back just a little bit, and then making sure that the head is directly over the collarbone. And so what that does is, you don't necessarily want to bring your chin up, because as you can see, my head is hanging forward, and bringing my chin up, it's still hanging forward. So what you do is you think about your chin, and you push your chin back, and again, you can use your hand. You push your chin back. Okay, so tailbone down, belly button up, chest up, shoulders relaxed and back, chin back, and then pressing your feet into the ground. Okay, this is actually kind of relaxing, except that if you're not used to it, you might be thinking too much about all the strain that you're feeling in your upper back and maybe even in your neck. But go ahead and just stay in this position for about 4 breaths. And as you inhale, you just try to lengthen the top of your head and your chest upwards and outwards. As you exhale, you relax the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Just 2 more of those. Inhale. Exhale, relax the shoulders, relax your mouth, relax your eyes. 1 more. Inhale, press into the ground with your feet, lengthen the spine. And exhale, relax. And you can relax your arms down. Turn to your chair. And we're going to, on an inhale, turn your palms to the outside, drawing your shoulders back, and bring your arms up. If you can, bring them up over your head. But if not, you can either bring them out to the side like this, or in front of you, whichever is the most comfortable. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend your knees, pull your belly back towards your spine, and just bend forward, taking your hands to the seat of your chair and dropping your head down. This is the equivalent of a forward bend. Because this is the first time we're doing it, we're just doing a warm-up. As you inhale, lengthen your knees, put your hands on your chair, pull your shoulders back, pull your belly up, and lengthen your spine towards your chair. This is your flat back pose. And then as you exhale, once again, fold forward, putting your head to the seat. And now, as you inhale, bring your right leg under your chair and your left leg back. So we're going to come into the equivalent of a lunge. You bend the front knee, you press into the back heel. And then usually what happens is your spine twists a little bit, in this case to the left because your left leg is in the back. So you want to think about taking this left side and turning it towards the chair, taking your right bottom and pushing it back, and then just take your fingertips to the chair. So you should feel this in your calf, maybe in the back of the legs. Your spine is long. And then as you exhale, grab your chair. You can either put your hands flat or grab the corners. Walk your right leg back, and we'll come into plank. So plank is exactly the same as how we did it on the floor. You take your tailbone and you push your tailbone back towards your feet. Your head and your chest are lengthening forward. And then as you exhale, if you want, you can do a little push-up. Inhale. And then exhale, just push back into down dog. You can move your feet. Your bottom is pushing back. Your chest and your head are dropping as much as you can down towards the floor. This is where you have to be concerned about your shoulders. If you have shoulder pain, this is where you need to adjust. And then you're going to take your left foot and bring it under the chair. Your right heel is going to press into the ground, and you're going to bend your left knee. So we're coming back into that lunge. Okay, so you lengthen the spine. Your fingertips can come onto the chair, but don't push them in. Okay, you actually should be holding yourself up. Technically, you should be able to just let your hands drop down. Think about your pelvis. So in this case, the right pelvis is going to come towards the chair. The left butt is going to come back. And then walk your feet forward. And once again, bend your knees. Come into your forward bend. Come into your flat back. And then sweep your arms out to the side. Come up. And then exhale, relax. And then we do the same thing again on the other side. Inhale, reaching your arms up. A little bit of a back bend so you can press your pelvis towards the chair. As you exhale, you drop forward, bending your knees, bringing your head to the chair if possible. As you inhale, lengthen the legs, straighten the spine into your flat back. And then as you on your next exhale, you're going to take your left leg under the chair and the right leg back into your lunge. Okay, lengthen the spine, press into the right heel. Maybe you can bend the left knee a little bit more. Think about your pelvis. Okay, this time you're going to come into your plank by bringing your left leg back. You can stay here, or you can bend your elbows into a chaturanga, and then come back into down dog. Take a breath, and another breath, and then walk your right leg under the chair, bend the right knee, come into your lunge, pressing the heel of the back foot into the ground, taking the left pelvis and twisting it a little bit towards the chair. The right buttocks goes back. Okay, and then walk your feet forward. Come again into your forward bend. And then flat back. And then another forward bend. And you can bring your arms out to the side. Press into the ground with your feet. Come to standing. Look up and down. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but on the floor. And again, you decide if you're not ready for the floor, just keep doing the same thing on your chair. All right? But for those of you who are ready for the floor work, let's begin. Drop your arms, find that positioning. This is called Tadasana. You know, your tailbone goes down, your belly button comes up, your chest comes up, your shoulders are relaxed and back, your neck is in line with your spine. Pressing your feet into the ground, turning your hands out to the side. Inhale and exhale. Again, bend your knees, even if you're advanced. By bending your knees, we're going to focus on the lower back. Now, stretch your knees. For those of you who are limber, you can bring your hands, your fingertips to the floor. Otherwise, bring your hands to just below your knees if you can, and pull the shoulders up, lengthen the spine, the belly comes up, so you've got a nice flat back. And then as you exhale, you're going to once again bend the knees, bringing the hands to the floor, and take your hands to the outside of the feet, not in front of them, okay? Just to the outside of the edges of your feet, and then you're going to take that right leg back, okay, and bend the left knee. So we're back into our lunge. And here's the same thing. Okay, you don't drop, you don't twist. You want to maybe come up onto your fingertips a little bit. Reach your spine and your head forward at the same time that you're reaching your back leg behind you. Let's come into your plank. Okay. For those of you who want to do chaturanga, you can come to your knees or come up. But as you exhale, you bend the elbows and you drop your body down. And then you pull up. And then you come right into down dog. Take a lovely deep breath here. This is our first real down dog, so you can rock from side to side. Maybe bend your knees alternately, pressing the opposite heel to the floor. Okay, look between your hands and then bring your right leg forward. Now for those of you who might have a hard time, maybe your leg only comes to here, you just bring your leg where it is, wherever you can go. Take your hand, grab your ankle or your knee, and just pull the leg forward, okay? And now we come into our lunge. You can bring your fingertips to the floor, reaching your head forward. And then as you exhale, bring both legs forward, bend your knees, head towards the floor. Inhale, come back into that flat back. Hands just below your knees or on the floor. Exhale, bend your knees. Now, as you come to standing, there's a couple things that your legs are going to want to do. Your knees are going to want to drop inwards. No. Try to keep your knees straight ahead, pressing into the ground, coming up, and exhale, and relax. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again on the other side. Inhale, press your feet into the ground, looking up. Exhale. For those of you who are ready, you can keep your legs straight now, all right, or bend them, whichever. Inhale into your flat back. Exhale, your hands come to the outside of your feet, and this time your left leg comes back. Okay, lunge. Think about your hip. Make sure you're not twisting like this, or see how my bottom is kind of pointing out to the side. Try to keep everything in one nice long line. Come into your chaturanga, or your plank, I mean. One breath. So, for those of you who want to do chaturanga, you can come into the full push-up chaturanga, or bring your knees to the ground. Bring your chest down and your bottom up, and then your bottom down and your chest up. Exhale into down dog. Couple breaths here. This is such a nice pose. Press your feet down to the ground. Okay, as you inhale, look between your hands. And then as you exhale, take that left leg and bring the left leg forward, either with your hand or just with your own energy. Come into your lunge. And then bring your right leg forward. Okay, you can do a bent leg forward bend or straight leg. Inhale, flat back, either up to your knees or on the floor. Exhale, bend those knees, keep them straight, press into the ground, come to standing, and exhale down. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, we're going to add a little something to this now. So for those of you who are using the chair, I'll do it one time. We're going to do the basic things that we just practiced. Standing, you can use the chair, and then I'll move on to the chair to do the next part of this pose. So as you inhale, bring your arms up, and exhale, fold forward either to the chair seat or as usual. Inhale, flat back. Okay, exhale, you're going to come again into your lunge with your right leg. So I'm going to do it on the chair. The right leg is going to come back, and the left knee is going to bend. Long lunge. So, for those using the chair, just bend the right knee and come to this position. So what you want to make sure of is that this left knee is not like this and not like this. Okay, you want it to be 90 degrees. For the rest of us who are not using the chair, it's the same thing. We're going to come from lunge and then just bring your right knee down. Okay, come to this position and inhale. Once again, raise your arms up. So when we first were standing, we focused on bringing our belly button up and our tailbone down. Do the same thing again, everyone, whether you're using the chair or not. And so you bring that, your tailbone down, your belly button up, your arms up or out like this, which either way is fine. And then go ahead and bend that left knee. So you're going to feel a very, very deep stretch in the right leg. Exhale, come back down. You just come into your plank, either at the chair or on the floor. And then exhale, drop down, inhale up, exhale, down dog. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, bring the right leg forward. And then go ahead and drop the left knee. Come come to your neutral position, okay? And we're going to do the same thing. So your belly button comes up, your tailbone goes down, your arms come up, and then as you exhale, you try to keep that positioning as you bend that right knee. And it's the bending of the right knee that accentuates that stretch in the left leg. Exhale, coming down. Inhale into your lunge, and then exhale. The left leg comes forward, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Whoops. And then exhale, bend those knees, come to standing, and down. One more again. Okay, on the other side. Inhale, and exhale, come forward. Inhale, flat back. And then exhale, bringing the left leg back into your lunge. Bringing that left leg down, coming to your neutral position, belly button up, tailbone down. Exhale, bend. Let's do a little something with our arms. We can just twist those a little bit. Okay, maybe bring the arms back and the chest up. And then come back into plank. And then exhale into chaturanga. And then exhale into down dog, either on the chair or on the floor. And then next exhale brings the left leg forward into your lunge. The right knee comes down. Hands come up, belly button up, tailbone down. Shoulders also down. And exhale, bending that left leg. So for some people, that left leg is only going to bend a tiny bit because you're going to already be feeling it here. That's okay. All right, let's go ahead and twist the arms a little bit. And then, bring the arms back, reach the chest up, nice. And then come back into your forward bend. Now the thing about yoga is we do a lot of forward bends, and for people who have lower back pain, that can be a problem. So really, maybe sometimes you want to have your legs straight, sometimes bend, come into your flat back, and then another forward bend. And then come to standing. Watching those knees, making sure the knees are straight. Let's sit down for just a second. Okay, so go ahead and find a comfortable position. Take a breath, relaxing the shoulders, just kind of do a little body check. Make sure your mouth is relaxed, your eyes, your throat, your shoulders. Take a couple of deep breaths. Okay, we're going to do a little stretch. So bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Again, you want to kind of check on your pelvis. Sometimes when we do this, the pelvis kind of angles off to, in this case, the left, because the left leg is bent. So see if you can straighten that pelvis so that it's facing the front of your mat. My mat's round, so it's kind of hard to do, but you get the point. All right, as you inhale, long spine, and as you exhale, take the left hand and just reach as much as you can, either to the knee, to the ankle, or to the toes. So we're just doing a really small twist to the right. Inhale. And then exhale, same thing again. Don't pull. Let your body do the work. Inhale. Exhale. So now, this is the third time. Maybe you can go a little bit further. If so, take that left hand to the outside of the right leg. And inhale. And one more. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist a little bit just as much as you can to the right. But now we're going to reach that right hand forward as well. Inhale and lengthen the spine. So it's really easy to want to do this, but you actually want to pull the spine up, and that's why maybe you can't grab the leg, the foot. Maybe just grab the leg, that's okay. But now what you're going to do is you're going to take that right arm, slide it behind you, and as much as you can through the back. So you can see we're doing a little bit of a twist now, and chances are your weight wants to come like this. So we're actually going to do the opposite. You're going to press into the ground with the left side of your body, the left leg, the left side of your bottom, looking over the right shoulder if you can, and then come back. Oh, wasn't that nice? Okay, let's do the other side. So left leg straight, right leg bent. Make sure that your hip is not angled off to the right. If you can, bring it so that it's facing the front of your mat. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, just as much as you can. Bring that right arm forward to grab either the knee or the ankle or the toes. And relax. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, the right hand reaches forward again, just a little tiny twist to the left. And back. And again, inhale. And exhale. So now this is the third time. If you can, only if you can, grab the outside of the leg, the outside of the foot. So this is going to give you just a little bit of a deeper twist to the left. And again, think about that spine. Don't be falling forward. Inhale. And now this is the time we're going to slide that arm back. So on your inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, take the left hand forward. Long spine. This is where you really lengthen that spine. And then exhale with the left arm reaching back, sliding back. So be careful not to be falling to the left. Press into the ground with the right bottom. Looking behind you. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Oh, I love that pose. Okay, stretch your legs. Bend your knees and come to a kneeling position. So this is where we're going to add a couple of poses to that sun salutation. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of back warm up first, a little bit more. So as you inhale, you're going to bring your arms up, a little bit of a back bend, and you do the back bend not by leaning back like this. You actually take the legs and the pelvis and you push that forward and your belly too, and then you just reach up to the sky with your chest. And then as you exhale, sit back, round your back, and come into your child's pose. And then inhale, come to sitting. Bring your arms behind you and lace your fingers. Okay, you can put your palms together or pull them apart, whichever is good. If this is too hard, just do this. Just reach your arms back and push the palms up, okay? But for those of you who can, you want to squeeze your shoulders together, bring your arms up, and then once again, fold forward. Inhale, back to sitting. Exhale, relax. Inhale, stomach and thighs push forward. Chest reaches up. Your arms can come up. They can just reach to the ceiling, or if you're comfortable, you can reach your elbows and your arms back. Exhale, folding forward into child's pose. Make sure you relax your elbows and your shoulders. Inhale, come back to sitting and bring your fingers together. For those of you who aren't going to do the laced fingers ones, just bring your arms out behind you, even if it's just that much. Squeeze the shoulders together and then fold forward. So you can, if you have your fingers laced, bring your arms up as much as you can. Otherwise, just take the palms of your hands and pull them up. Drop your head. And come back into position. One more only. Okay, inhale, a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sitting up, lacing your fingers, squeezing your shoulders together, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, back to sitting, and relax. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a couple of poses that you're all familiar with. These are the most famous poses in yoga. And first, we're going to use the chair again for those of you who are new. So you're going to take your right foot and put your right foot under the chair, okay? And bend that right knee so that the knee hits the seat of your chair. And then walk your left leg back, okay? So as you do this, you want to try to keep this knee bent at this angle, okay? And then this knee is going to be straight. So as you bring your arms up, be careful not to lift your shoulders, okay? Drop everything down to the ground. And keeping that knee against the chair, you want to take this left hip and the left side of your body, which wants to pull this way, and pull it in the opposite way. So you're going to take the left hip and pull the left hip back, and the left side of your rib cage kind of twists back a little bit. But as you do that, what's going to happen is that knee wants to come forward, okay? So you have to try to find a balance. Whoops. Speaking of balance. Okay, so lengthen that left leg, bend the right knee, take the left hip back and left side of your arms, left side of your rib cage back, and then look over the right hand. So here too, sometimes your neck wants to fall forward. So you need to look forward, take your chin and pull it back, so that, and then when you look over your hand, you're not looking at the thumb, but maybe you're trying to look at the back of the outside of the hand. Okay, come back to neutral. So that looks really simple, but I think you'll find, if this is new to you, that it's not that simple. We're going to do 3 more of those. So those of you who want to use the chair, it's exactly the same. Just do the same thing. For those of you who are not using the chair, we're going to come into the same position. Okay, so you're going to focus on bending that right knee, but making sure that it doesn't fall like this. Okay, you want to make sure that your right knee is in front of this hip crease. Bringing your arms up. So the other thing that happens in this pose, this hip comes up. And this is true for those of you using the chair. So the first thing to do is check your hips and make sure that they are straight. And if it's straight, if your hip does this and then you make it like this, you probably are going to feel it here and here actually. Feel free to, shorten your stance, whichever is comfortable for you. But as we bend this knee, this is what your body wants to do. So you have to fight that, all right? Keeping your pelvis straight, and again, making sure that you're not like this. You're not doing the pose like this, okay? You need to, again, think of that belly up, bottoms down positioning. It's hard. It's a hard pose. It looks so easy. And if we do it like this, it is so easy. But you're not going to be feeling it either. And that's why we focus on the posture. That's why this is straight, this is bent, this stays facing forward, and then the added stretch comes from this movement, okay? The movement of your hip back and the side of your the side of your rib cage back. But every time you do that, you have to think of that front knee, because that front knee wants to drop forward. Okay, and stretch, take a little rest. Okay, recenter. You can just maybe try it like this a couple times, and then, you know, after 2 or 3 times, then maybe lengthen your stance so that you get another stretch. Arms reaching forward, straight pelvis, looking to the outside of the hand, and then bending that knee, thinking actually about the left pelvis and making sure it doesn't come up. You can tell when your pelvis comes up, you don't even have to look, because if your pelvis is straight and you're feeling a deep stretch in the inner leg, you're good. If your pelvis comes up and you don't feel a stretch in your leg, your pelvis is up. So you don't even have to look, you just press that pelvis on the left side down. Okay, straighten. I can't remember how many times that is. Let's just say that's 3 times. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of a forward bend. Those of you who have the chair, just fold forward. And this is a relaxing pose. You know what, you can bend your knees, you can relax your stomach, you can just do this however you want. For those of you who are not using the chair, just come forward, and the same thing. You can bend your knees if you want, you can relax everything. We're just kind of taking a little bit of a break. You can move from side to side, you can sit a little deeper, stretch a little more, just whatever's comfortable. Okay, walk your feet together a little bit, angle your toes diagonally, bend your knees, and come to standing. Okay, and then we do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so your left foot is going to come under the chair now, and that knee is going to bend and stay against the seat. Your arms come up. Okay, instead of looking at the thumb, you're going to try to look at the outside of your hand to keep that neck in alignment with your spine. So stay here for a couple of breaths so that you can kind of feel, and you can move around a little bit if you want. You know, straighten the right leg a little more, maybe drop the right pelvis if you can, pull the right side of your body back a little bit. Okay, relax. So 3 more of those. I'll try to count this time and remember how many we do, okay? All right, here we go. Inhale, your arms come long and your head is back. Okay, exhale, bend that front leg. Think about the right side. Okay, center it. Think about pulling the right hip back, twisting your rib cage back, and keeping your front leg strong. Inhale, relax. Exhale. Inhale, long arms. Exhale. Okay, the other thing to think about is the outside of that back leg, because sometimes your leg and your foot want to do this. So you push the outside down. Pelvis, hip, leg. Go ahead and check, make sure that your alignment is good, and relax. One more. Inhale and exhale. Okay. The hip. Remember, your belly comes up, your tailbone comes down. Okay, your hip is reaching back, your knee is straight. Here on your on your rib cage is going to come back just a little bit. And the other thing that happens as you're looking at that left hand, sometimes that right arm will drop. Go ahead and check and make sure that it's the same height as your shoulders. And relax. Okay. Go ahead and once again fold forward and just relax. You can bend the knees, straighten the knees, whichever you want. It feels so good. And then go ahead and walk your feet together. Come to a kneeling position. Take a deep breath. And we're going to do one more twist and then a cool down. Okay, so straighten your legs. In this one, if it's hard for you to sit up straight, if your positioning when you sit on the ground is like this, then get a blanket and sit on a blanket. It should be, you know, probably about this high, which is, I don't know what that is, 4 inches, 7 centimeters. All right, inhale, long spine, and then exhale, bring your knee to your chest. Try not to drop like this. Try to keep a long spine. And then as you exhale, you're gonna bend. You know what, let's just do it like this. Keep that leg straight and put the right leg on the ground, on the outside of the left leg. So just do a simple twist, okay? I'm gonna angle myself so you can see how we do this. First, you take your left elbow and just grab the right knee. And then as you inhale, we're gonna do that arm sweep again. So inhale, long spine, and then look behind you, reaching your right arm behind you. Your head might want to fall forward, so again, look at the outside of your arm, if you can. Exhale, relax. The left ankle is going to be bent, not relaxed. All right, inhale, long spine, arm back, and then exhale, a little bit of a twist. You can pull the right leg over to the left with the elbow and back to the center. And of course, if there's any pain in your lower back or your shoulder, either stop the pose or adjust. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, twist. When I say adjust the spine, if you have pain in your lower back, for example, you just kind of bring yourself probably a little bit more facing forward. Relax. Okay, one more. Inhale, long spine, arm behind you, and then exhale, twist, and see if you can look at the outside of your elbow. And back to center. That feels so good. Let's do the other side. Exhale, so keeping a long spine, bring that left leg in, and then cross it over your right leg. So this time, you're gonna take your right elbow and grab the left knee, okay? And as you inhale, a long spine, and the left arm comes back. And then as you exhale, you twist. And you look back towards the left hand. You look behind the shoulder if you can, and back to center. Another thing to make sure that you're protecting yourself when you do this, and first of all, you can move your leg anywhere along your opposite leg. But the other thing is, as you're twisting, pull your belly button back towards your spine. So you're actually using your core and stabilizing your core. Long spine, and then exhale and twist to the left. Using your right arm to kind of pull the left leg over towards the right. And relax. Okay, 2 more of those. Inhale, long spine, left arm back. Exhale, twist. Twist from the rib cage. Okay, don't be leaning forward, don't be rounding. And back to the center. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Couple breaths. And back to the center. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of a cool down. Sitting in a comfortable position, you can have your legs crossed, or if it's possible, like this. And we're just gonna fold forward from the hips. And inhale. One more. Exhale from the hips. And what I mean by from the hips is your belly drops down, but your chest actually reaches up. And back to center. Okay, change to the other side with the other leg in the front. Inhale from the hips. Drop your belly down towards the ground and your chest up. So we all want to go to the ground. We all want to kind of fold forward so we round like this, but that's not what you want. and back to center. And one more. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. You can rock from side to side. And relax. Let's do a little bit of a shoulder and neck release. So straighten your elbows, okay, but pull your shoulders back. So when you bring your arms forward, your shoulders kind of want to drop forward, but you want a long spine, and then just pull the shoulders back, okay, and then just drop your head a little bit over to the left. So you just want to drop your left ear down towards your left shoulder, not your body. Okay, as soon as you bend your body, you lose the stretch in your neck, so keep your body long. And back to center. And then go ahead and drop it over to the right. So you're at the same time that you're lengthening your spine, it's just your neck that's dropping over to the right. And back. Okay, let's do that one more time. And so now, as we do this, we're bending our neck to the left. Okay? And so now you're going to take that right arm and reach the right arm forward, reach the right arm back. Okay, and you can, I mean, this is like really up to you how you do this pose. You can move the arm, you can bend the elbow. This is my favorite way. You bend the elbow and push it down towards the ground, and you can just feel the neck, the shoulder. Sometimes if I'm kind of weak, I feel this in my inner arm as well. So just move however you want. Turn the shoulder. Okay, come back. And let's do the other side. So now you bend your neck over to the right. Take a breath here. And then take the left hand and reach the left hand forward. And here again, just move it how you want. You can turn it, you can bend it, you can reach it out to the side, reach it down, reach it back. You know, and try the same movement with different directions. So sometimes maybe the palm will be facing backwards, maybe sometimes the palm will be facing skywards. Just find a comfortable place. You can even, give yourself a little bit of a massage. Just try to like lengthen or pull and stretch those places that are tight. Okay. And the last one, with a long spine, take your chin and your head doesn't drop forward, but your chin does. So you're actually lengthening your neck as your chin is dropping forward. And then you can move your head from side to side. And then closing your mouth, bring your chin up to the sky. Feel the stretch in the front of the neck. Come back to center. Okay, so that's it for today. You can lie flat on your back if you like, and take a little rest doing Shavasana. If you're not going to do Shavasana, then bring your hands to prayer, and Namaste. Thank you very much.